Hey gamers, today we're going to look at Klondike Rush. Let's check it out. Setup for the game is pretty easy. As you see, you're going to put your little home station anywhere it says in the middle of the board, so you get to decide which one of these. They're just little circle spots. So you would select where you wanted to put your home base, put all 4 mines there, and then of course shuffle and bring out all the tokens and spread them out around the board like that. You'll have your money up here, a reward to find the Yeti over there, $15 and $10 for the most claims. This is all game ending scoring here. You're also going to have each mine here, right here on the number 1 track here. And then of course you'll have your decks, your bidding deck, and your order deck over here. You'll also give the first player this sweet Yeti first player token to hold on to. That is the active player, I should say. Each player will get what's called a claim card. They'll get 2 order cards randomly dealt to them. They'll start off with $30 and they'll have a last bid card. Now this is an alternate option for the game, but we always play with it. So in this game, you're basically going to be bidding for mines and building those mines and collecting goods around the board. How it would start is you would flip over the first card and you would start the bidding on this mine. Now these cards come in different types here. Some of them you can get 2 types of claims. You can get another order, that's what those boxes are. You would get an order card if I won this, and you would get a mine of that color. The colors, of course, are blue, yellow, green, and red. And so you would put, actually, since this is a blue one, you would put a blue tint on this. And by the way, look at these mines though. There's even, I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually a railroad track inside the mold there. These molds are super duper nice and well sculpted. Everything is well sculpted here. But anyway, you'd put a mine there, and what we also do is we put a card down there to remind that person they also get a card as well. Now they don't always come with that. They could come with just the order and no tints, but you would get 2 claims on the yellow mines. This one comes with 2 red mines. This one comes with a mine and an order and of course a claim. So it just depends. They're all random in here, and for each different colors they have each different options. So what you would do is you would start the bid. Now this bidding is different than a lot of other bidding games because there's only 1 round of bidding. That means you only have 1 bid to give for this. So if this was what I was getting on this bid here, I could start off at $1, but if I think these guys are going to upbid me more than $1, then I better bid my highest for this. Because once it goes around the board, there is no more bidding. You can't just go and upbid someone who just upbid you, unless you want to cast in your last bid. This is a one-time use in the game, and if you got outbid for that mine and you really needed it, you can throw in your last bid, and your last bid would allow you to make a second bid on the property. Again, one-time use in the game. Once you use it, it is discarded. So once you buy it, you have to wait until you're the active player. Now this designates the active player here, this Yeti here, and it gets passed around each turn after each bidding war goes through. And so whoever has this may also build. Now if I won this, but I did not have the Yeti token, I would have to wait till it came to me, and I would be the active player, and then after the bidding was ended, I could build any mines that I had collected. Let's say I collected, a few mines here. So these are the mines I collected. I could build all of these. Now, how you build mines is pretty simple. You see on this board, there are numbers 1, 2, or 3. That's how much cash it costs to establish a route between that. So for instance, let's say I wanted to build a green. I would start from where home base is, because that's where my last green mine was. It would cost me $4 to go right there. So I could pay $4. If I didn't want to go get that token, maybe I just needed that token, that would only cost me $2. If I wanted to go all the way over here to get one, or all the way down to here to get one, as you see, we would just add up the price there. That'd be 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, to get this one there. So the further you are away from the last mine, the harder it's going to be, or the more expensive it's going to be. Now what if I did pay 9 ridiculously and got one way out here? Well, the next green, if I wanted to plant it, it would only cost me 1 or 2 to get these here. It would be a lot cheaper than moving from that mine. It has to be within the distance of the nearest mine. Now let's say after a few turns the board looked like this and I was red and I wanted to plant one right here. It would only cost me, here would be 1, this would be 2, this would only be 1 because there are 2 mines in between a path. That 3 automatically goes down to 1. Whenever you have 2 mines, doesn't matter which color they are, when they are on either side of a path, that path value dips down to 1. So this only cost me 3, 4, 5, 6 now because there are other mines established. And if one of these were red, let's say this one was red, I wouldn't even have to start the home base. I could start here, just pay 2 and go there. So that's how you're going to be building your mines. And each time you build a mine, you're going to grab the token that's underneath it. Now there's a lot of different tokens here. There's some for moose, fish, fur, jewels. They even have these wild cards that can signify anything if you get those. And what those are good for is to complete orders. Now remember, at the beginning of the game, everyone starts with 2 orders. And of course, during the bidding, if it has this little box icon by it, that means you're going to get another order. And what order cards are is they're looking for a particular match of some of these tokens. So for instance, if I got 2 fish tokens, I could, on my turn, cash this in and get $7. If I had 3 moose tokens, I would get $12. And you'll be getting order tokens throughout the game, and that will kind of influence where you want to go in building your mines, because you're, of course, trying to generate money so you can bid on more mines, get more stock in them, and of course, hopefully win the game. Now, there is another icon here called the Yeti icon. And the Yeti icons, the more you get of these, at the end of the game, whoever has the most will be able to capture the Yeti, and they get a $25 reward, so that's really nice. Now every time a mine is built, you're going to have to move the mine up the mine track here. So for instance, I built 2 red, let's say I built some yellow and some blue and only 1 green, let's just say. Now this claim card, throughout the game you are going to run out of cash quickly. 30 bucks does not last long. I'll talk about this more in the review. So this is a one-time use in the game. You want to hold on to it for as long as you can so you can get the most money, but eventually you're going to have to cash it in to get some extra dough to start winning bids. What this is when you cash this in, you're going to add up. You're going to add up all of the claim deeds you have for each different mine. So let's say I cash it in right now super early. I'm not going to make much money because I don't have enough claims for each one. I just have like 1 or 2 of each one. But let's just use this as an example here that I just spent my money real fast and needed some quick cash. Well, I cashed this in and now I have to add up each one of the claims for each mine and then multiply them by the number shown on the track. So in this example, I would have, let's see, 2 of blue, okay, 2 claims of blue here. So 2 times 7 is 14. I have 1 red, and reds are worth 3, so that's another 3, so that's $17. I have 1 green. Greens are only worth 1, so that only got me $1, so that's $18. I have 2 yellows. 2 is at 5 right now, so that's 10. So if I cashed all that in, if I cashed my claim deed, now you would keep your claims, but you would cash this in and discard this, and I would get $28. Now, like I said, the longer you hold on to this, the more of these mines are going to be built, the more claims you're hopefully going to have, and the more money you'll have to cash in. Now, if you don't want to use that option, the only other option they have is that you can cash in 1 of each different token and receive $5 for that in the game. Now the game ends when you have bid on each card in the deck. After that's over, everyone gets 1 more turn so that they can build any additional mines they have left. and then we go to final scoring. Final scoring, if you haven't cashed this in yet, you definitely want to cash this in because you're trying to get the most money. Of course, whoever has the most Yeti tokens will win that. In the course of a tie, you would just split the money, rounded down, so each player would get even. And then over here, the 15 and the 10, the person with the most total claims gets 15 extra dollars, and the person with the second most total claims gets 10. If there is a tie for first, what you would do is you would combine the money from first and second place, distribute it evenly among the first place finishers, rounded down, and second place would get nothing. If there was a tie for second, you would just split that, rounded down, among the players. And at the end of the game, whoever has the most money wins. Final thoughts, what do I think about the game? Well, this is a bidding game. First off, the quality of the pieces are just unbelievable. Those sculpts, the mines look beautiful. The Yeti for the active player, really awesome. The feel of them, they're very thick, very sturdy plastic. So that part I really love. I do love that you're bidding. Money is so tight in the game. To cash in your claim card, you want to wait to the end, but if you do that, you won't necessarily win the game. Because if you don't cash in that money and you wait to the end, you may miss out on several bids. That's several more mines you won't get, several more tokens you won't get to cash in for money. You may miss out on the Yeti reward. You will miss out on the most claims award, which is actually $15 or $10, and it's really going to hurt you. I had someone who was holding on to it to the very end and finally just cashed it in because he realized he didn't have any money to build the mines that he had won, and he was losing every bid because he only had like $1 left. And so he finally just had to cash it in. You're going to cash it in sooner rather than later. And that's the other thing. We didn't manage our money right the first game we played. We were throwing down huge bets. The game suggests what a large bet would be. They said $7 would be a large bet. $7 is a lot of money because we were doing anything from $6 to $8 is how those claims were going for at first, with 5 being the lowest. And to be honest, the next time we played it, 5 was the absolute highest. We learned to manage that money. That $30 goes quick. So you have to watch out when you need to cash that in. That last bid card, it says it's an alternate rule that you can put in the game. Every time you should put that in the game. I won't play without the last bid because there are some claims that you say, oh, I got to have that. I've got to have that type of bid. Or I see that stock's really high on green right now. I need more green. Because every time you build a mine, the stock goes up on it. That's a nice aspect of the game. There's a lot of good aspects in Klondike Rush. Now, I have one and only one complaint, and it is slightly a big one. This game will get old quick. There is not much. You're just bidding. You're just bidding and bidding again and getting tokens to complete orders. And sometimes you won't be able to complete a lot of the orders you have. That's just how the game goes. And it doesn't seem like there's that much versatility when playing it. If you played this again and again and again, it would eventually grow old on you. So this isn't something, if you have a small collection of board games, don't get this. Because if it's going to come to the table a lot, you're going to get bored. If you have a nice, decent collection of games, yes, this would actually be good to throw in the mix. Because after a while of not playing it, you won't remember, there's not so many times you mix those tokens up. It will stay fresh if you throw it in the mix of a bunch of games like I have. But if you have a low collection, you're like, no, I only get stuff on need to know. This one is not for you. But anyway, I do enjoy the game. My game group does, so I'm keeping it. All right, gamers, that's all the time I have for now. Until next time, you know what to do. Game on!